Today in Ashika Island, I'm going to be breaking down my 31 kill game to allow you to become a better Warzone player. You're going to be in the mindset of a 4 KD player and giving you my thought process during every single gunfight throughout this whole video. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to be pausing in certain areas throughout this whole video that is going to break down my thought process during certain situations. I highly recommend that you go ahead and replay this a few times so that it makes sense and it's going to reach your goals of becoming a better player. So I want you to have some of these key points that will help you throughout this whole video. So number one, how's your game sense? Do you have good audio awareness knowing where enemies are going to be? How's your rotation? Are you able to rotate in certain areas and also being able to push aggressively or when to back off when you can't win those gunfights? Number two, what kind of playstyle do you have? You have a playstyle similar to me to where I move very fast, and on top of that, I'm super aggressive when it comes to pushing teams because it allows me to push as many teams as I can and have the highest kills that I can get out of every single lobby. And number three, how is your centering? Is your crosshairs on your screen in the center or is it a little bit above center? Or do you typically have your centering at the bottom a little bit lower to where you're aiming at the enemy's feet? That's going to be very important when you're locking onto enemies and making sure that you're hitting your shots very precise and making sure they are going down as fast as possible. Now keep in mind, this is right before the mid-season 2 update, so you're going to see a couple of things such as the bomb drone and a couple of guns that are not meta anymore. However, this is still going to be very relevant because what the tips and tricks I'm going to be showing you is going to help you become a better Warzone player. I love landing in apartments, especially on the third ledge that you see right here. I'm able to grab a gun right away and then go out on the little patio to see if I can't get 1 or 2 knocks of enemies that are flying in the sky. You can see that I already get 1 knock with the enemy and he lands on the other side in the third ledge, but it's all good because I still know where he's going to be. I'm going to relocate and I'm going to engage in that gunfight as fast as I can. As you can see, they got the self-res off. However, I was able to get the knock and full kill. Now watch where my eyes are glancing. I'm looking at the minimap. It's because every time you kill an enemy, their teammates ping on the minimap, kind of like a little mini UAV. So be on the lookout for that every time you get a kill. This is going to allow you to have that momentum to be able to have a lot of kills at the beginning of the first circle.
Enemy soldier incoming.
So you can see I already got a shot. I wasn't sure where this enemy was, but watch what happens after I go ahead and reset by replating and relocating as fast as I can before the enemy challenges me. Afterwards, listen for the audio as far as I have an enemy above me, an enemy below me. They're going to sandwich me real quick. Watch what happens when I go ahead and be able to take on each enemy one by one.
Targets are down. Well done. Incoming! Advise you move to the safe zone now. Dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
If you notice that ping, that's because my teammate pinged an enemy for me, but I had no idea where they were. Watch what happens next, because this is very important of why you need to react fast in order to die less.
Enemy squad hunting.
I didn't know where he went. Holy shoot. I have 10 kills within the first circle, which gives me great pace for a high kill game. Now I still have 12 teams up, which is awesome because you're going to be able to get into lobbies like this, but this will determine whether you're going to get those high kills or not. So you really have to push and you have to be super aggressive.
Locate. Move to resecure it.
I get it.
Enemy UAV active.
No, I messed up. Even high KD players die. As you can hear me say, I messed up. It's because I did not see that enemy until the last second. They were able to get the shots off. And unfortunately, I could not win my gunfight. But this next part is very important because I'm going to show you how to reset.
Back on station. Good work.
So I want to grab my loadout since I haven't yet, but the most important thing here is, are enemies camping the loadout? Notice how I didn't dive all the way down to grab my loadout. I hanged in air for just a little bit just to look at my surroundings. Did you notice the enemy in that little building? Did you also notice the enemy to the left in the water? They did not see me yet, so I was able to grab my loadout safely, and just for a little safety precaution, I was able to be on the opposite side of the loadout where the enemy would be in the water, just in case they did see me land down. I would be able to grab my loadout, have cover behind the loadout, and chow that enemy just in case they want to be aggressive with me.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Losing some of your team is still outside the safe zone.
I need mid-count rounds.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
So I was able to hear those enemies on the third story in castle. I was able to kill those enemies as fast as I can. And I did hear an enemy fly in just from redeploying. However, this is what happens when you're out of cover just a little bit too much. Oh no.
I need mid-count rounds.
This is a perfect example of why you need to be fast and aggressive when engaging in gunfights, because I shot the enemy, he ran away, and unfortunately, this is what happened next. They threw a flash grenade. However, I was fast enough to react. If I was slow, he probably would have been able to win that gunfight. Here's a great example of game sense and slowing down your gameplay just a little bit. Notice I killed that enemy and I looked right away at the minimap. I saw that his teammate was literally right next to him. Their teammate could have actually looked down the stairs if I was running up right away and take me out. That's why I waited for a second before running up and taking on the next gunfight.
Target down! Fuck this.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Teammates outside outside the safe zone.
Dropped him!
So we have a UAV up. We have 2 enemies getting pushed from the gas. I want to be able to have my back cleared so I don't get shot in the back. So I'm going to patiently wait for one of these enemies to move all the way into the circle. I want to be able to get into that gunfight and then move on to the next team.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Shoot. As you can see, I got a little bit too aggressive there. I got the one knock off one of the enemies, but their teammates were right next to each other, and I wanted to relocate as fast as I could. Unfortunately, I couldn't get around the corner fast enough, and I got knocked. I saw very closely the time of resurgence. I had 4 seconds left, so I had to give up as fast as I could because I wanted to come back and hope and pray that my random teammates kept alive in order for me to come back and finish the final circle gameplay. I'm gonna do it. So I was able to redeploy one last time. I landed near my teammates and I was able to hear someone underneath me in the building that I landed on. I wanted to go down, challenge as fast as I could, so they didn't have any time to react.
You're safe. You lost the enemy tracker.
I need mid-cal rounds.
You're far from the safe zone. Advise you start moving.
So I saw that my teammate died. I noticed that there was an enemy still behind us in the gas. I wanted to go ahead and chow that so that my back was cleared. Now, I made a mistake. If you notice in the bottom left corner, there was an enemy already having their scope on me. If you notice the glint there, I got 2 tunnel vision, meaning I was too focused in one area and did not notice any other surroundings. Luckily, I was able to move at the last second, and this is the ending result.
Hostile unit.
More enemies active.
Enemy UAV active.
My teammates are dead. There's 18 people up, and it's just me. Now, this is going to be very important to pay attention of what I do as far as rotating and engaging in those gunfights. I took that 1v3, killed those enemy teams behind me. I was able to grab their loadout, and now I'm going to challenge the next team that I see. So I was able to be super aggressive and get those 2 enemies out, get that team out. And unfortunately, I was caught out in the open when plating, but I was able to get my shots on target and be able to get that knock. Very important though. I got the knock. However, the enemy went behind cover. I have no idea what's behind that cover. So I want to be super aggressive and not be passive. I want to push as fast as I can because they may have a teammate or 2 reviving. And if I pause, they can replay and be able to be me while I'm still out in the open. So we're going to go ahead and push as hard as we can and take out any enemies that's behind that cover.
remain. Finish the job.
So gas is moving in, and I got some initial shots off the enemy. However, I couldn't get the actual full because the RPK was super nerfed during that time. I wanted to go ahead and beat the enemy before they could rotate around and actually engage in a gunfight with me. I wanted to catch them off guard and get that initial kill as fast as I can.
Ah, damn, dude.
So we're finally down to 1v1. There are two options here though. I could go to the left to where I'm on the low ground, same level as this enemy because I'm not entirely sure where they are, or I can go ahead and take high ground. At any possible moment, if you can go ahead and have high ground and have that opportunity, always take high ground because that's going to allow you to have more advantage over all the enemy. So we were able to take high ground and I was able to have more surroundings. However, I had no idea where this enemy was. I was looking and my thought process during that time was they have to be right underneath me because that was the only logical area. So my thought process here was when the gas moves in, I'm going to go off to the right where that half wall is. So that gives me more cover from the chest up and it allows them to have more of a difficult time to shoot me. And this was the ending result.
All enemy squads.
GG's, let's go. Boom, banger. I hope this video helps you with your goals, whether it's going to be higher KD, more kills, better game sense, or all the above. If you happen to find value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and turn your bell notifications so you don't miss any one of my videos. And speaking of videos, if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and put those in the comments below. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you all in the next video.